There are 39 evolutions inside of Clash Royale, and Clash Royale usually adds 1 or 2 evolutions every month. So in today's video, I decided to guess or predict the next 10 evolutions inside of Clash Royale. I thought it would be fun because there's some evolutions that they're more likely to add than others, that's for sure. And I have some ideas of good ones that they could add, maybe cards that are weaker or just ones that would be a good idea over OP cards that are already in the game. And they usually don't give evolutions to newer cards that just came out. So starting off, guys, we got the Ice Golem. This is going to be my first guess or prediction because obviously, guys, next month is December, as I'm sure a lot of you guys know, and they usually do a winter-themed evolution for the month of December. So this is going to be people's most likely pick. I think not even just mine, but most people would pick either the Ice Golem probably or the Ice Wizard. I suppose it could be the Freeze as well, but the Ice Golem would just make sense having a mini tank evolution, and it's a card that's been out for such a long time. It's free to play friendly, casuals all know this card, so it makes sense to give it an evolution. Perhaps the Evo would be something like the slow effect, maybe doing some sort of mechanic with that. Maybe every time that it walks past enemies, regardless of if it's destroyed or not, enemies in radius of it automatically slow down, even if it's not broken, so you could use it defensively as well to slow things down. That could be an evolution idea for the Ice Golem, and I would not be surprised if it is coming soon. Next, guys, we have the Rascals. The reason why, guys, I think the Rascals are very likely to get an evolution is you can tell they have really been trying to balance this card a lot recently. It recently got buffed in the last set of balance changes. Before that, they basically failed where they gave it essentially a nerf to the Rascal Girls and then a buff to the Rascal Boy, and then they had to give it an additional buff basically in the last set of balance changes, and then before that there was a buff it got. So you can really tell they're trying to make the card at least be viable, which I feel like is a really big hint that they maybe want to give it an evolution soon. And it has been a weaker card for a very long time. It's been in the game for a very long time. Perhaps, guys, an idea for this evolution is they could do the bubble gum description of the card and have that be an evolution effect. Maybe the Rascal Girls will shoot bubblegum, and that'll actually be the evolution where it slows units down, and maybe the Rascal Boy does something with his stick. Maybe it can stun enemies, so maybe it's a double effect where the Rascal Girls do something, the Rascal Boy does something, and that could be a really cool evolution idea that I think would not be a bad addition to the game. Next up, guys, we got the Inferno Tower. It's very likely to think that in the next 10 evolutions that they add to the game, that there, of course, is going to be a building evolution. I think that's very expected, and I think the Inferno Tower would be a good evolution. It is possible they could do another weak building, for example, like the Tombstone, but we did just recently get another skeleton-themed card. We got the, Evolved Skeleton Army, which we just got. We already have the Evo Skeleton, so maybe mixing it up and doing an Evolution Inferno Tower would be a really good idea because it's been suffering for a while, ever since the other evolutions have been in the game, like the Evo Tesla and just the Evo Cannon, which have been much better. Maybe making it multi-target, I don't know if that would be broken, but I could see that being an evolution idea they do for it, or something with the burn and the heat effect of it. Maybe it's a bit stronger, but multi-target could be kind of crazy. That's a thing in Clash of Clans. Maybe they bring that into Clash Royale. That makes it a bit better against cycle decks and swarms. And of course, the multi-target, it wouldn't be as effective. Like, maybe it would still have that main beam, and then it would have the smaller beams that are multi-target. I think that could be a really fun evolution idea. I don't know if that would be too broken, but it would be pretty cool regardless. Next, guys, we have the Giant. The reason why I could see the Giant being an evolution is I feel like it's just been a card that, again, has been in the game for such a long time. It's a pretty simple card, so I feel like it would be one that would be maybe easier for Supercell to give an evolution to, because I feel like cards that are already complex can be difficult to give evos to, but this is just a card where I feel like it's just a walking tank. I mean, kind of like the Ice Golem, I could easily see them giving an evolution to this card at some point in the next few months. As far as what the evolution is, I think that's a little difficult to say. Maybe it has some sort of ability to where it actually has a potential chance of damaging units that are next to it, so it's not only a tank and it has potential of actually damaging the enemies close by, or maybe when it attacks, something happens as well. I feel like there's a lot of routes you could go with this type of evolution concept. I'm obviously not the one that comes up with the ideas, so for every one, I'm not going to have an outstanding evolution idea, but I do think it would be a cool evolution regardless, and I don't think this is one where everyone would be complaining if it got an Evo either. Next, guys, we got the Elite Barbarians. So hear me out. The reason why I think that this is a very likely evolution coming up is they've already proven they're fine giving evolutions to basically all the mid-ladder cards, right? I feel like it's just a matter of time the E-Barbs get it. We've already seen the Evo Witch, we've seen the Evo Wizard, we've seen now the Evo Skeleton Army, which has recently come out, the Evo Mega Knight. They made it very clear that early on they seem to be giving evolutions to the mid-ladder cards, which would mean the Elite Barbarians are one of the last ones that have not yet gotten an evolution yet, guys. Now, this one, I feel like there's different routes they could do for the E-Barbs. Maybe they do something with the helmet. Maybe the helmet is where the ability lies for the evolution. They could have it be like maybe for the evolution, the helmet is on or something, gives them some bonus damage, attack, something like that. Or they take less damage. Maybe it serves as a shield until the helmet breaks or something, and then they're just, you know, regular Elite Barbs after. Something like that could be really cool, but I would not be surprised if this one gets one soon because they've been a weak card for a long time, and they're pretty much the only mid-ladder card that does not have an evolution yet, so I feel like it would really make sense. Next up, guys, we got the Three Musketeers. Now, the reason why I think that this is one that's very likely to get an evolution soon is because we saw with the Furnace, right? Right when they reworked the Furnace, they gave it an evolution at the same time. Now, they didn't give an evolution to the Three Musketeers yet, but my thought process is they probably did want to give this card an Evo soon, which is why they really wanted to rework it and make sure it's good in the meta, and at least the regular form of it is viable, or on the stronger end, because, well, they might want to give it an evolution, like I just said. Now, this is one where I feel like it's like the Rascals, where it might be a little complex, because now you have the Three Musketeers, they're different. One of, you know, they have melee now, and it's like different stats, they have more health, so maybe the evolution is going to be a little weird and maybe hard to balance. So this might be one that might not maybe happen in the next couple evolutions, but I could easily see it happening soon because they just gave it a rework. And this is one where I don't know exactly what it would be, but it would make sense that it's getting one soon because they gave it a rework. And I could just see it being in the game because I feel like the Three Musketeers are kind of a staple card in the game. They're a very known card in the game, and they tend to give those cards evolutions, the ones that have been out for a very long time. Next, guys, we have the Sparky. I decided to kind of throw in a weird one in this mix in this video because I feel like this is a card that has really been suffering for such a long time now. I feel like every time they've added additional evolutions in the game, the meta has changed, there's been new spells added like the vines, it has kind of just fallen off more and more. So this is one where I could easily see them give it a shield or something, make it immune to spells, something like that, or it has some type of mechanic where you're unable to stun it, maybe that's what the Evo is, something of that nature to make the cards that are very good against it, that straight counters, not be as big of a counter to it, but at the same time not make it completely invincible too. But I would not be surprised if this card gets an evolution because this was also one of the very first legendaries added to the game, and we already know they're fine giving legendaries evolutions. They've already given one to the Lumberjack and the Royal Ghost, the Mega Knight, and I would not be surprised if this is one of the next legendaries that ends up getting an evolution. And you definitely, on your list, you got to have at least one card in there that's a bit unexpected, and I decided to go with the Sparky because I've heard a lot of people say they would like to see a Sparky evolution as well. Next, guys, is the Mini P.E.K.K.A. This is one where I feel like a lot of people would predict it to come soon. In fact, I'm actually surprised, guys, the Mini P.E.K.K.A. has not already become an evolution yet. The reason why I think that this is just such an obvious pick is because I feel like it's just a very like free-to-play type card. It's not really hated. It's been in the game for so long. Even a lot of the Clash Royale ads have, you know, the Mini P.E.K.K.A. in it. It's just kind of a beloved card. You know, you have the pancakes, you know, with the Mini P.E.K.K.A. It's very known. Maybe it'll have some pancake ability. Maybe it ends up healing it. Maybe it speeds it up. But something of that nature. I just definitely think this is an evolution that has to be coming soon. I feel like it has to be because they already gave evolutions to cards like the Knight, right, the Valkyrie, where I feel like it's a similar nature where you can think of it as like they're just cards in the game that everyone knows and no one really hates, so it wouldn't be too big of a deal adding an evolution. Maybe a butterfly is part of its evolution. I guess we will have to see. Next, guys, is the minions. So the reason why I predict the minions will be one of the next evolutions is because the evolved bats came out such a long time ago. It's been so long to the point that I would not be surprised if they add another swarm type Evo to the game. We also know the minion horde is in the game, so we know the minions or the minion horde at some point need to get an evolution. And my thought process is they're probably going to do the minions before the minion horde, kind of like how they did the Musketeer before the 3 Musketeers. I feel like it would kind of make sense, so that's why my prediction is, well, they're probably going to do the minions soon at some point. It would only makes sense. As far as what they're going to do, I don't know. Maybe a bleeding effect could be kind of cool where it nibbles on the cards and they're bleeding. They should have done that for the bats, but if they do that for the minions, I suppose that could be pretty cool as well. And I think that it's just, it's going to happen at some point. And lastly, guys, I have the Golem. I had to throw in a big card, like a big tank. I truly believe, I don't know why, I just have a feeling the Golem evolution is more likely to come before the Elixir Golem, before the Lava Hound, before the Electro Giant. I just have a feeling, especially with the sneaky Golem meme that has happened this year, I feel like they don't want that trend to die completely. I feel like they want the evolution to come out before that trend dies if they do things smart. They've also kind of hinted at it a little bit too. They have the sneaky Golem inside of the cannon recently. They kind of posted something like that on Twitter. And I really could just see it being an evolution. I feel like it would make sense. It's been in the game for such a long time. I feel like it's a beloved card by many people. It's not hated by too many people. It just, an evolution would make sense for it, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Obviously, it would probably be a one-cycle one because it's pretty expensive. I don't know if it would be sneaky if they try to throw in the sneaky Golem meme and that would be part of the Evo. Maybe it's invisible at some points. Maybe it's invisible until it attacks. I don't know. I guess there's a lot of different routes they could go for this evolution idea, but I just would not be surprised if this one comes soon. But anyway, if you guys enjoyed this video, let me know in the comments what you guys think of, which ones you guys think are going to come, which ones do you guys think I got wrong, which ones do you guys, in your opinion, think are going to come soon. Do you want me to do something like this again? And if you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to give it a like and subscribe. You can use credit code BOSS to support me in any Supercell game. And thanks again until next time, guys.